Thank you for allowing me to join your committee session today. The U.S. wind industry provides one of the best opportunities we see to contribute positively to our economy and to the transformation of the American workforce. TPI Composites is just one example of what's possible with the creation of green jobs within the wind industry. I would like to share with you a view of what can be accomplished and what our governors and states can do to help. My main message today is to ask you to help us grow the wind industry, help to create wind energy jobs, enable them to be U.S.-based jobs, and the training and education program structure can and will follow. Just a brief background on TPI Composites. Our history is as a boat builder in Warren, Rhode Island. As a maker of J-boats and Pearson yachts, some of you may know those names, we transformed the company over a period of time into a manufacturer largely of wind turbine blades. We also provide composite solutions to military vehicles to better protect our soldiers and to help provide cleaner and greener transportation systems. Wind blades made by TPI measure 100 to 150 feet in length, half a football field. They weigh 10 to 20,000 pounds apiece. The products are huge. Our current customers include GE Energy and Mitsubishi Power Systems. We have nearly 3,000 employees worldwide. We operate 5 plants, over 1 million square feet of manufacturing floor space. 3 of those plants are in the U.S., 1 is in Mexico, 1 is in China. Our most recent blade factory was opened in September of 2008 in Newton, Iowa, with GE Energy as our customer. This town of nearly 16,000 was the home of Maytag for over 100 years. Newton was devastated when Whirlpool bought Maytag and left town. TPI has already replaced 322 of the 1,800 lost Maytag manufacturing jobs and is on track to meet our commitment to 500 green jobs by the end of 2009. We're very pleased to be in Newton, Iowa. We received thousands of applications for our 500 positions, mainly from highly experienced manufacturing workers due to the loss of the Maytag positions. We've established the following operating principles in Iowa. It's a people-first philosophy. We refer to our employees as associates. It's more than just a job. Our associates feel fortunate to be part of the energy transformation, the greening of America. They view it as important work. We run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our associates can work 4 10-hour days during the week, days or evenings, or 3 12-hour shifts on the weekend, providing an opportunity for them to strike their own work-life balance during their time off. Some coach, some teach or farm, or share family responsibilities with their spouses. We focus on skills and teamwork. Our associates are cross-trained on multiple jobs. They participate in the hiring of other associates that make up their team. We're committed to open and direct communication throughout this company. We provide a strong benefits package. We're heavily involved in the communities in which we operate. We've all heard many stories about moving jobs from the U.S. to Mexico or to China. You may find it interesting that our first 30 Iowa associates traveled to China and transferred TPI's technology back to Iowa. TPI also launched an advanced manufacturing initiative to further improve the competitiveness of this Iowa operation. This is a cooperative R&D program, cost shared equally by the Iowa Power Fund, the Department of Energy, and TPI. The program is a collaborative effort, including engineering professors and students at Iowa State University, researchers at Sandia National Labs, and engineers at TPI in Iowa. TPI was able to locate our factory in Iowa because of the large wind market within 500 to 800 miles of Des Moines and high trucking cost for the large blades, which allows us to pay higher wage rates compared to bringing those blades from Mexico, certainly from China. Our labor rates average about $14 per hour for our Iowa associates at the direct labor level. Incentives from the state of Iowa, Jasper County, and the local community in the form of training grants and forgivable loans were significant and a necessary part of the package. These incentives measured in the many millions of dollars. They were provided early in the life of the project. They moved the needle for management and our investor decision makers. I would caution those who say that it's not possible to outsource these jobs. I would say instead that we have a unique opportunity to create and maintain these jobs in the U.S. The economic models are sensitive. A partnership between all stakeholders, our customer, our investors, the state and community, and our associates, has allowed this to happen successfully. I'd like to briefly broaden my discussion to the wind industry in general. Wind is now in the mainstream. It's the most affordable, near-term, carbon-free energy source in our nation. The U.S. added more than 8,300 megawatts of wind in 2008, investing $17 billion into our economy. About 85,000 U.S. workers are now employed in the wind industry. 38,000 of those workers were added last year. 55 new plants were added or announced, adding manufacturing jobs at a time when other industries were shuttering plants and cutting jobs. Today, wind represents less than 2% of our U.S. electricity generation. A recent DOE study showed that 20% of our nation's electricity can come from wind by 2030. At 300,000 megawatts, what that would represent, of wind capacity operating in the U.S., the industry will have brought wind development to 46 of our U.S. states and supported 500,000 jobs or more. We have so much more we can do with wind. However, due to the current economic crisis, financing for new wind projects has become unavailable. New wind construction has stopped at the moment. In 2009, the American Wind Energy Association projects the wind industry will add less than 5,000 megawatts of new capacity compared to 8,300 last year, nearly all of which is already under construction. A number of wind component manufacturers have suffered recent layoffs. More could follow. The stimulus legislation will help. The issue for us now is when credit really flows more freely and becomes more cost-effective, we expect to see the wind market recover in a powerful way. With this, we can get back to the aggressive growth and job creation this industry has to offer. So where will training be needed? We need to develop wind energy-specific knowledge across multiple platforms. Technical specialists in manufacturing, construction, operations and maintenance, health and safety certification, as well as professionals, including engineering, quality, science, meteorology, wildlife biology and planning, professional management across the board. Some positions, such as supply chain management, can certainly come from our struggling automotive industry. AWEA is working with its members to establish a more complete set of training and education needs. We'll be able to pass those details to your staff here shortly. So what can governors and states do? Thanks to a number of you for already doing quite a bit. Minnesota certainly, Governor Culver and the operations in Iowa, Governor Ritter and the work that you've done with Vestas and others. There's been a lot of work done already across our country to help create these jobs. What can governors and states do? Most importantly, support the growth of wind in the U.S. by supporting federal policies, including renewable electricity standards and climate change legislation. Support regional and federal policies to build a modern interstate transmission highway system. Thirdly, support AWEA's request for $217 million in annual funding for the wind program at the Department of Energy, roughly 4 times the current level of inadequate funding. I'd also ask you to consider creating state-level R&D matching fund programs, as Governor Culver has done in Iowa, to make our factories even more competitive and bring innovation and engineering jobs to your states. Provide incentives that move the needle. Cash during the early stages of projects in the form of grants or forgivable loans make a significant difference. Construct training programs as needed. Partner with industry to optimize those programs. Some of these programs need to be quite tailored, quite specific to the needs of new industries as they come on board. Training and education is a very important part of the game plan, but let's first and clearly focus on creating the jobs. Thank you very much.
Very good.